Right, from 1998 up until this present time, the Ijo Youth Council and the Ijo Youths have, it's been a very, very long history, and the formation of the Ijo Youth Council in 1998 through the Kayama Declaration, it's something that really has aided the area that's now known, of course, as Ijo territory, and there's been a lot of changes, in the struggle for, many would say emancipation, but a struggle for resource control, basically, struggle to ensure that the Ijo people have something from these resources that is abundant in their area. And so today let's talk about this changing phase of Ijo struggle and also the politics inside of this Ijo youth struggle. And so I'm joined today by someone who has been in the forefront of Ijo youth agitation. He is a one-time chairman of the Ijo Youth Council, St. Ozone. He is Honorable Comrade Clever Osuma Inodu, and it's good to have you. My name is Ahamuefula. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty, so let's expand on the struggle. Would you say that 1998 Kayama Declaration up until this time, you say that the Ijo Youth Council has we've really achieved a lot. The youths of Ijo Youth have really achieved a lot. Of course, there are a number of things that would say that have come out of the struggle. But then would you say that there's a lot that we've achieved? Will you point out to those things?
Okay, first, I love to be simply known or addressed as Clever Inodu.
Alright.
Because I don't really
all those and
fancy these too many titles. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. So right from growing up and even while I was in office, I took exception to titles. Too many titles get into people's head and don't deliver on the need for while they are in positions.
So have the comrade?
Individuals can go for it, can bear those titles, but to me as a person, as clever that I am, I just want to be addressed Clever Inodu. Okay. Now that being said, well, the struggle, I think, to my opinion, a lot has been achieved. A lot. Like the common saying, we are not there yet. We are being envisioned to be. The things we intend to achieve, we are not there yet. But if we want to begin to enumerate things that the Ijo people of the Naija Delta have achieved, I think sometimes we will go back home and even blame ourselves. Yeah. Resource control, agitations, a lot has been said, and we are still talking. It is on the basis of the resource control we have amnesty program. It is on the basis of the resource control we have Naija Delta Development Commission. It's on the basis of the resource control we have Naija Delta Basin Authority. It's on the basis of the resource control we have even the Bayelsa State government. It's on due to agitations of the Ijo people, of the leaders. The leaders now sat, proposed, engaged the federation that Bayelsa State need to be created, and the magnanimity of the then president, Bayelsa State was created. Recognition for Ijo people. That is why Bayelsa State is the Jerusalem of Ijo people. A lot. Our sons and daughters have been appointed into various Nigerian parastatals, graciously by the providence of God. Nigeria, recognizing that this place, this God-owned Ijo nation, feeds the Nigerian states, and even some part of West Africa, even Africa in its entirety, deem it fit that Ijo land should produce a president. And graciously, we were given the opportunity to produce the president. That is resource control unit. That is the agitation for resource control.
Yeah.
So when we had the president, there was the Honorable Minister for Petroleum that manages the affairs of resource control, that manages the affairs of oil production. So the resources were in our arms. So far and near, to take it further to the near future, we have not been to where we intend to be, where we envisioned ourselves to be. But coming from where we were years back, I think the agitations have yielded some level of results.
Okay, well, what do you say? There's rather a dwindling zeal, to this struggle, because it seems that too many persons are relaxed now. The presidency that the Joes got was really as a result of that keen interest and the keen fight for resource control, and immediately we had the amnesty, and afterwards, the presidency of Nigeria also, who the Joes had that one. But since then, it seems as though we're resting on our laurels.
Okay, as a person, as an individual, to take into account the recent, not even recent, the happenings in the Nigerian states, I have traveled and I pay attention to details. So as an Ijaw man, we have not achieved anything. Now, I will not say that we are resting on our oars. I would rather still call on Ijaw people, Nigeria Delta at large, to continue to agitate, continue to speak on our voice. First, as somebody that has played critical role in the activities of especially Agitation Council, one basic thing we have to do as Ijaw people is to hold leaders responsible. One basic thing Ijaw people need as it stands, as it is now, take it from clever Inodu, is to hold Ijaw leaders across board responsible. Why do I say so? We are holding various positions as far as Nigeria state is concerned. Take for example, today we are hearing Kirsten Pondes, we are hearing the Tantita doing a lot to secure our pipelines, oil and gas pipelines infrastructure, thereby making the Nigerian economy boom. That is as a result of the wisdom of God in his life on the management of that thing. That's to tell you that the Ijaw people are blessed with human resource. So it is now been leveled on us to explore those capacities we have. Okay? Now, there are individuals, there are people that we are handling this pipeline security surveillance, whatever they call it, some years back. And the result was never commensurate to what is happening today. Okay? Now, people do not even know that there was such contract some years back. Do you understand? But you will agree with me that for because of the level of open-mindedness, the kind of heart the man that is running that job has, who he is, that is the true Ijaw man we are talking about. When we have one, it is for Ijaw people. It is not for me and me alone. So if every Ijaw man will have a large heart like what they are doing, reaching out, because it's a general resource. Okay? Like I used to tell people, some of these positions we are holding as young people is not the position to change your life overnight. It's not. Some of these positions are a litmus test for stepping forward. Okay? So when you have some little positions today, you want to begin to use it to build all the houses immediately. You want to amass all the houses immediately. There is tomorrow. You will not be able to deliver on this responsibilities that are on you. You will forget why you are there because you want to quickly develop your life. But you forget that tomorrow you come back again for something. Now, if we have had in time past these persons that we are managing this job, living this kind of life with the job, they opened up We went there, myself and some leaders, we even went there for meetings to engage, even offered advice how these processes, this thing should be. There was open door consultations across board to all communities that are affected with oil and gas activities, you know. So what they are doing has deliberately reduced crime activities. They are reaching out to people, empowering people, you know, doing a lot of things. So if we have leaders of this kind in different parastatals, different organizations doing their little to support the job people, I think there's nothing like just control other than this.
Alrighty. Well, there are also those who, yes, they favor your argument here, but they say that this contract is also, while it is something that is profitable and that has become a gain for Ijaws, right? It's also something that could bring about chaos, anarchy, and even some sort of crisis. And that's pretty much evident these days, with several groups, you know, several interests calling for some sort of splitting of the contract, or even giving them their own contract, if that's a different way to put it now. But then these are people who also agitated for, you know, resource control, who also were in the forefront of the agitation for resource control, and they embraced the amnesty, you know, when that was the way to go. They embraced the amnesty. But now it seems as though the gain, so to say, for embracing amnesty is centered on a particular area, on one person. So it feels as though they want theirs too. So this thing can spread properly amongst the Jaws. They feel like this person having it, it's not touching on us. So, but your thoughts on this area?
Okay. Actually, a lot of persons have talked about this Tantita, whatever. I'm sorry I brought it up. I just use the individual, the human being, the man, Tompolu as MD or Tompolu, our leader, as an example, based on his charisma, his kind of lifestyle. I'm not really talking about the Tantita itself, the program. But if you want us to talk about it, fine. As a person, I am, as former chairman and a leader by my right in the nation, okay, and I can stand to say that I am not in support for fellow job people seeking the decentralization of a job your own brother is running. I'm not in support. I'm not in support. There are a lot of means to go about it. Like I've said earlier, other people were doing it. Other persons we are doing the same job, brothers, some of them are even from Bayelsa State. You know, so now nobody knew this job was running, but because of the magna, they felt like it is a job people. Let everybody come. There are a lot of persons. I don't have anything. I'm not running anything from them, but I just like the way they are going about their lifestyle, how they are carrying along people, managing people, reaching out to people, touching lives. Okay. If other Ijaws and brothers that we are managing this same job, I don't know, had lived this kind of life, I think a lot of criminal activities would have reduced, right?
Alrighty, yeah. Well, Tantita is doing a very fine job. I mean, anybody who's got eyes knows that clearly. We have moved from, was it lower than 1 million barrel per day to over 1.5 billion, well, around 1.5 billion. Yeah. That's some great progress there. Howbeit, there are still pockets of oil theft. And there are many who think that these areas where we still have oil theft prevalent, why don't the federal government give contracts? If you're not going to split that of Tantita, you know, to basically, it's not because of the money. That's why Tantita is doing it. They're doing it because they have to protect the interest of Nigeria, right? Yeah. And so even if you give them lower than what they are currently taking home as part of the contract, they'd likely still do it. You know, so either you're taking from them or you're just taking from elsewhere out inside of that Nigerian coast to give to another, maybe just to help with the protection of the pipeline facilities and oil infrastructure, knowing that, well, all of these crises could become a thing and even dovetail worse than it is now.
Okay, to add to what you are saying, let me just say this. There are a lot a lot of benefits in oil and gas business. Like I've said now, like what you just pointed out. Rather than seeking the removal of decentralization, already the job is decentralized. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, already. Because there are people in Okereka, Calabare, Asara is handling some parts, Joshua McEver is here managing some parts, you know. Some leaders in
That's the contract. He's managing it on behalf of 20 years.
Please. There is MD CEO of a company. There are various coordinators in other local government, other states, and other areas. But they can't be everywhere.
So when you say decentralized,
no, see that area, that is the word. That word is an English word. It's vague.
yeah, I still like to think in ways that it's decentralized because the Olu of Warri has.
What the Olu of Warri is?
It has not the Olu of Warri. There are other persons.
There are other persons. Now, if for instance, as a job people, we use our strength and capacity to want to ginger, to want to raise eyebrow to say the Olu of Warri should be decentralized, I will support. I just have a view. Yes, I have just one view.
Okay, because many persons have said that that of the Olu of Warri isn't even bigger than that.
Are you understanding me?
So you're saying that
let's harness our strength to call on the Nigerian state, because our responsibility is to protect the facilities within our region. That is not what we want as a job people. We need resource control. Now, the federal government feel that the job people can do the job. Let us give them this responsibility. Okay, it is our facility. The oil and gas, it is in our communities. It's in my bag. It's in front of my doorstep. Let me secure the resources, the federal resources within my doorstep. Fine. Now, Olu of Warri is handling something. If as a job people, we are shouting on our voice that we should decentralize Olu of Warri, I will come and join. We will come. Those are anything that will favor a German, but not removing something from a German to another German.
What if
so
the argument becomes decentralizing it generally, not necessarily decentralizing that of Olu of Warri? No.
Decentralize Olu of Warri own. We are talking about the instruments of the job people.
Why is that? The Warri man also has oil behind his back and.
No, you are not understanding me. As I live, my essence of living and breathing is because of a job. I'm not understanding me.
So you're first and German.
Of course. So my agitation should be in favor of a German, not of disadvantage against a German. So my strength should be to protect. If a German is doing this particular job, why would I want to go and fight against it?
Right. Before we progress in this interview, you're making a message to those persons, likely your brothers also.
My brothers and my leaders, of course.
Your brothers and leaders who are asking for decentralization, I beg your pardon, of the Tantita contract. You're telling them that you'd rather want for them to start agitating for the decentralization of that of the law. Please, I'd like you to say this so we know.
My brother, I must not have said it severally. First, we are job people. Okay? If we are agitating for whatever that should be decentralized, it shouldn't be our own brothers' own. Okay? The Olu of Warri's job is even bigger. Are you understanding me? Other people have been doing the job. It's not because the people managing the job, they are open-handed, they are magnanimous enough to want to carry along people. They will open their room for us to come and discuss, have meetings. How do we go through your community? We shouldn't take advantage of it. Okay? So please, our strength should be harnessed for the progress of the job people and the job brothers.
Alrighty, we are back to the Joy Council proper now. There are many persons who they don't even want to identify as a member of IYC. They are rather tired of the several leadership crises that they likely they have, and the self-serving nature of many IYC persons, IYC youths, and so they're not very comfortable doing the whole "I'm an IYC person," or not. Well, I don't know what what you favor in this, but do you think that it is possible that, or ways where we could make Nigerian youths believe better or believe more in this struggle, that they identify more with the IYC and also discourage the self-serving nature of IYC, of many persons in IYC?
Okay, first I want to say that there's nobody that will build a joint council for us. We have to own it. We have to take responsibility of it. Yes. the council is failing in its responsibility, the citizens should first own it. First, I want to take time to use this media. It's been long I engage on media. If I believe, of course, elections are coming and I'm contesting, I will be moving forward very soon, begin to engage. Now, some of the things we did while we were in office, it was deliberate attempt to rebrand council. Okay, the Joint Council is an ethnic organization for all the Johnsons and daughters. Therefore, as citizens, first own the organization. In your house, own it. Don't, because of any little thing, you go to Facebook and begin to drag the organization, roll it on the ground. Have you gone to your house to see the chairman or approach your leader to know your complaints and your issues were not addressed? No. Today, if we say we want to go and protest to shut down NEPA, how many of those job people in their houses will come out to protest? People don't do that. You understand me? Of course, coming back to you, it is because the process, I think, has been some level of gap between the job people, the followers, perhaps maybe leadership style, perhaps maybe follower lacuna from followers to leadership, or maybe the leadership rejection. So now what we did was, it was deliberate. We tried to rebrand council. So that when you hear a joint council, you will not run to them. So we took time to renovate the office. There was no office for a joint council. Okay, nobody was there, especially central zone. We had to put the office and the place, and I resumed work by 7:30 at the joint house. Every community complaints, I stayed there to receive them and address them. We have to make sure that the joint council is here for you.
And that builds on the leaders.
That's what I'm saying. Leadership. Then leadership has to be responsible for some of these things. Then followers matter. Followers is wanting to know that this organization is for me. Own it. Have it. When you see people talking down on the joint council, take responsibility, because it's the organization.
Would you still describe the IYC of today as a pressure group, or you think they've lost us?
No, it's still a pressure group. No, a joint council is still a pressure group. A joint council still serves the purpose of why it was built. How? Now, times are evolving. Okay? Times are evolving. Wherein you see today, as at those days, there was no phone communication. When they are going for programs, you will see everybody pack to the Keke Park or go somewhere, park people's vehicle, and all of go to filling station and just cut away fuel, and that is why people are running away from council. You know? So that as the world is revolving, we have to make sure that we revolve with the world and we come to serve. How do we do that? Let me take an example. When we came on board, it was a deliberate ploy. Community youth president, so if you want to see this chairman, if you want to go to protest in oil facilities or companies around the world, please come to a joint council. Write us formally. Are you understanding me? We work with documentation. Write me. DSS will call me, Commissioner of Police will call me, Chairman, are you aware? I will call the youth presidents, know their issues. If it is local content, I put a call to local content. Are you understanding me? If they don't respond, I will go to DSS, the Commissioner and the LCDND will send representative. This is the youth president, this is the Swahili community. We will do that meeting and we leave. They will their meetings.
Okay, well, let's
I'm coming. So it's a pressure group. It's still a pressure group, but you cannot stay in your house to think that the people come and pressure when they don't know what you're going through. All right. So when you are faced with challenges, when there are issues, genuine issues, you are oppressed at your place of work. I had in the office there was a lady. She came from Lagos. Company, she was a cook in one company, and she was not paid. I have to write a letter from here to Lagos. Copy my chairman, my co-chairman in Lagos. He took up the matter from there, and I think a meeting was held, and the result was, I think something happened at that time, because she's in Lagos, and there's a Lagos chairman there. So there's nowhere you go that there is no president of a joint council. If you're in Ibadan, you are under the office of the joint council Lagos chapter. They cover the entire southwest. Okay, so a joint council is still a pressure group. It's just that times are evolving. So you will not see people come outside to begin to trek from here to that side again. That's why I said that That's why I keep saying that people should not stay at home and expect a joint council to function optimally. No, you want the council to. People don't pay them salary. Leaders don't give you support. It's difficult to see genuine leaders that will call to say, Chairman, I see your letter, I won't go, as I'm going to go protest. Yes, sir, okay, no problem, I will support you people. It's very difficult. But they want to see you function optimally. How do you function when there is no level of support? Now, people will tell me that they are not supporting because RIC is a decade, and that is what people enjoy. Now, we are rebranding to make council to be acceptable. Yet you stay in your house and say, RIC is not a pressure group. But people are saying it is because we vacate, that's why they refuse to support. But when we wear suits to come and ask you for support because we want to do that Zagmane to protest, you refuse to support because you said we are not doing hard work again. We are not pressuring again. But now we are doing it genuinely. You are complaining. So I don't understand. So now, council is still a pressure group. It's just that times are evolving. Therefore, we are trying to rebrand and evolve.
Intellectual approach.
Intellectual approach. How do we do it? For the first time in the Joint Council, as chairman, I appointed special advisor to the chairman on legal affairs. Because times are evolving, you need to be. That's why you're a leader. You need to be proactive. You need to bring things and ideas on board. I appointed that office. Some issues were handled legally. Okay? When those issues are handled illegally, we have to obtain some legal injunctions and come and tell me we have gotten this. Then I move with those letters. Alright? Okay. Are you understanding me? Yeah, so okay. We are still a pressure group. The Joint Council is still a pressure group. Noted. Now, why we think that we are losing grip is because the Ijo youths, they fail to understand, they're beginning to fail to understand that this is a Joint Council. It's your ethnic organization. No matter the flaws, don't drag it unnecessarily. No, don't. You are reducing the efficacy of the office.
Well, you rightly mentioned that times are changing, and the social media allows for people to talk and communicate their.
No, communicate. No, communication is different from abuse of your. It is your umbrella.
It may have said.
No, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
It could just be constructive criticism.
It's difficult to get constructive criticism today. It's difficult. Abuse of leaders at office is not constructive criticism. When you are constructively criticizing me, bring to fore what you are criticizing me of. Tell me what you think I lack, what you think I ought to have done. I don't know. I say, I seen now for criminals. That is very we have not made any sense there. You have only reduced the authority of the Joint Council, the ethnic organization, before our contemporaries.
But does the IYC have mechanisms in place to fish out those who are likely, cultists and flush them off the system? Because many persons have done that accusation. IYC and cultists full of.
That is the mistake. That is the mistake.
Well, do you not think you should set up such mechanism?
No, when you go to there is no single country that you don't see a cultist. And what you is a cultist? As we are holding meetings, is it because we are online? It's because we are online. As we are holding meetings here, planning to discuss to go and execute, we are cultists because we don't want our people outside to know what we are planning.
Well, I'm opposed to, but I like to get to different.
I'm going there. I will address what they are saying.
Yeah, but the cultism I mean is actually secret cultism.
No, I will address it. I will touch it. See, leadership is responsibility, and leadership must be deliberate in taking decisions. We came on board and some of these things were noticed. I mean, I've been in this time. I've held positions. I've held leadership positions for the government as a political appointee. I've been senior special assistant. I've been special assistant 2 times. I've been senior special assistant to youth 2 times. So I've been mixed with the youth. I've played with them. I grew up from this time. Alright? I know the good and the bad boys, okay? Now, with the knowledge of those experiences, we came on board. And what did we do? After borrow days, or in the course of any programs we organize, as the chairman, I noticed hold meetings with virtually every youth leaders. I don't know if you are cultists or not, but I see them as youth leaders by their rights. Now, see, if you are coming for this program, you must hold your transport. Now, why did we change that? Before we used to get it wrong, because when they are coming for borrow days or every RIC program, because the fee is free, then you go to up into park, take vehicle or enter keke free, then you beat the driver. You run away. The motion you change, you destroy the organization. That is why we begin to get into and they go for IYC program before you don't beat the driver. Are you understanding me? No, after programs we get to notice that they want to begin to fight. They want to begin to fight. Me I be this, me I be that, me I be this person, me I be this. I say, okay. I will personally take the mobilization money and come aside. Okay? At the house. Everybody line up here before me. Alright? Before you were born, this is a nation. Before you go to school or to go and join any organization, or you were born and born in Agua and you were born in Amarata, therefore you cannot, if you come to Joas, you are under this umbrella. Stand the line immediately. Everybody was demobilized. All of them begin to shake themselves, they play, they go out, they go. When you go to houses of various areas of the domain, you begin to do those things, but when you come under this umbrella, you enjoy it. Alright? It was deliberate decision by leadership. Leadership came out to change the narrative. That's not because it's because we have lived with them. It's because we are prepared to serve the people by making the council to know that this is for you and you are for us. The essence why the council was built is to protect you. So we instill those characters in them. So they begin to see themselves as one. So there was peaceful procession, peaceful protest, peaceful advice activities. For the first time we had Azigburu, when we came on board, Azigburu Sanitation Day. You know, I think you are part of all those programs. Some of you, somebody even came to your house. We did all of that, and everybody came out as one. So the youth leaders are not cultists. It's just the notion. That they have not been engaged.
No,
okay?
I have not even.
When something happens, when we are going to protest, it's those good guys that used to come out to protest with us. But just that when leadership failed to show leadership, the essence why we are going here is to go and protest. Is to go and agitate for the employment. Is to go and agitate for the employment of our people, not to go and cut away materials. Are you understanding me? Once you give that STEM money, you know that this is different. But when leadership shakes, the followership is destroyed. So it's deliberate, has to be deliberate measures from leadership.
Yeah. The problem may not be entirely on the leaders, maybe clan leaders, clan youth leaders of the RIC. You know, when people talk about Ijo youths, you know, involving in cultism, the Ijo Youth Council involving in cultism and all of that. It may not be that. Maybe problem of followers, and that we cannot even conclude that's true. But they're just talk out there. However, the talk is now so much prevalent, and like any society and urbanization, like you mentioned, you can't even tell. I mean, there's likely to be people who are forming groups, and in most cases these groups are having secret agenda and all of those things which make them secret cultists. And well, in Bayelsa State we have an anti-cultism law from the Dixon times. Well, what I'm asking is, those persons who they are in the IYC, but they still like for these their subgroups, small groups, to have influence on certain things they do. Some of these followers, do you not think that council should sit and start having mechanisms to ensure that those who would rather want to identify or who would rather want to shake in a certain way that is representative of a particular cult group? You're smiling now.
Okay, now let me say,
probably fished out and flushed from the system to sanitize the system.
It's okay. To tell you that we are contesting an election. Okay. I'm contesting as Secretary General Youth Council Worldwide. We are bringing experience to bear. Now, before you say this, let me tell you that we have done it before. And we can do it again. While I was in office, you don't come to my office to come and call. They know it was in the public space. You mentioned shake differently.
Because I know that.
So now I'm telling you that we did it. So leadership has to just be deliberate. Even as my friends, when they come to the office, in front of me, don't do that. I stop them. I'm saying it's a live program, but they can comment. They know. I was firm. You don't do that in my office. Don't do that before me. When you come to your house, you don't do that. I don't tolerate it. I was deliberately. My leadership was in partnership with security agencies. When you mess up and you are arrested, I was a partnership wherein you will be locked up for 2 weeks and they release it to me for free. I go there, NDLA, we are in partnership.
You'll be locked up for 2 weeks.
Those, I'm not supposed to bring them to the fore, but because I'm contesting elections, some of these things need to be said. These are some of the things and leadership we did on the background to keep this town safe, to give characters, instill characters into our young boys and girls. All right. So we did a lot, and before you mentioned it, I'm telling you, it's online. It's online. I'm saying it's live because we did it. You don't come in front of me to shake one kind of funny shaking. I stop you and I walk out of my office. If you dress haggardly, you go out and you dress properly to come back. Are you understanding? We did it.
And this is one of the things you, as Secretary General,
we did it. Now, if you want to talk about what we are bringing to the fore, you ask me, I will tell you what we can do and what we intend to do.
Well, I don't think
because we have done it before.
Yeah, we'll get to all of those. What you have as in your manifesto for the people of the Ijaw Nation as Secretary General of the Ijaw Youth Council worldwide. Now, not central, or you're going national.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've already mentioned your disposition on protest. You have not exactly a very soft place for it, but you think it's still necessary. If I am not reading this wrong, protest. You think that it's time for intellectual agitation. However, there is still need for protest. I think that's what I have read from your disposition.
If you want me to expatiate,
I want you to expatiate, but I'm going somewhere on it. As leader of the IYC Centrals and one who led from 2020 to 2023, but at times you took the bull by the horn and you gathered other persons and you protested on certain areas. Were there times, or you did not at all do any of the protests? You basically did intellectual agitation. Yeah.
Okay, now there is, of course, even the constitution gives room for peaceful protests. Association to peacefully express your griefs, your disappointments to government. Now, this is a Ijaw Youth Council. We have the capacity and the support of the people to do what is right for our people. Now, the world, like I said, is revolving. Some of the ideas we bring to bear, why we could not get some level of incessant or indiscriminate protests, even to the level of communities. By the time before a community wants to protest, it will get to security agencies, because one of the things I think is Bayelsa State is a developing state, okay, and it's the Jerusalem of the nation. It is feeding the nation. So if every community just look up from the blues, go and protest in Egypt, protest at Inodu, are you aware that all companies negotiated to come to Bayelsa State? Now, we are agitating that the international oil companies their head offices are located in Lagos and Abuja, so we relocate their offices to Bayelsa and Niger Delta. If we are agitating for that and we are going to shut them down indiscriminately, are you sure we are opening up the room for them to come? No, the answer is no, because definitely the environment is insecure for them to come. Also, the Ijaw Youth Council, as the highest apex body, is here for you. When there are issues that you think that your community and your oil company need to address and they are neglecting you, come with your letter. Come with the necessary documents you have written to them, the negligence, whatever you have suffered over time, bring it. We have our mechanisms to engage them. Wherein they fail to engage, it is because of you. Ijaw Youth Council is here. Wherein they fail to respond, leave the rest for us. We have our means of engaging them. Okay? We did that and we got our results, because they know that Ijaw Youth Council is not an organization to toy with. But you, as a host community, you have host now today, you have PIA that has held you ransom. You are captured in some percentage to do it. Okay? There are some Latin things you cannot even do again. But we that are the preachers of the gospel, we can manage your emotions, then we can negotiate with them. Negotiation does not mean they are giving us anything, no. It's because we are using our exposure and level of contacts to oppress them to come to a roundtable discussion with you. Now, wherein they have refused, that is when Ijaw Youth Council is going to lead. You will now support us to protest. But that idea of everybody unanimously, this side remembering the protest, this side is protesting, it has to be coordinated, So those are some of the things we bring on board that enable us to get some results.
Okay, I had left that question because I I was meaning to ask about protests, especially at the state government or the federal government, for instance. I know that, yeah, there are times you would often protest. But you also mentioned while you're making your statement now, you mentioned Ajib and certain oil companies. But I mean, I did not quite hear you mention the state government. But I'm just curious now, because I know there are many persons who would say, no, the IYC does not protest against the state government. They are somehow controlled by the state government. And some persons from the federal government, they will not protest against the state government. But do you think that there are situations that will call for the IYC and maybe you leading that charge to protest against certain things? For instance, our gas turbine is in the works. A month later, we've not had anything. Problems we have with water supply. I mean, these are things, the state government, they are doing some of them. But before they were doing some of these things, we could have protested. IYC could have protested. Many believe this, but we did not see any of this protest. There are several other areas where the German has not quite gotten a comfortable life, but you don't quite see IYC protesting.
Okay. Now, I love legitimate protest. I lead legitimate protest. I support legitimate protest. Okay? Something happened while I was in office. Oguan, a youth was, I think, somehow security agencies, and I think it was murdered. That protest, I was part of that protest against the Nigerian police force. I joined them. I was there with them for 3 days. Alright? Those are legitimate protests. Those are the civil right of our people. Anthony Johnson. And I supported, I was part of it. The state government stepped in and we followed up. Okay? Now, some of the things we made, we try to make our people to understand is IYC, or a job people should understand that IYC is not forced here to antagonize or work contrary to Bayelsa State government. Okay? Bayelsa State government was created as a result of agitations of our forefathers. Alright? So any Bayelsa State governor or Bayelsa State government first, the Joint Council needs to partner with the Bayelsa State government, not to protest or not to fight against. People want to see that the Joint Council fight against Bayelsa State government. No. We have to work pari passu with them. While I was in office, I set up a Joint Council Project Monitoring Committee. I did that. My leadership did that. Where our contractors are failing, we go for project monitoring supervisors. I will write to the state government, call their attentions, and those contractors are called. Do you understand where I'm coming from? The world is revolving. It's our state government. We must not protest for the world to see that. Because whatever IYC does, it goes very far. We must not protest, go to the people, satisfy the citizens. Once you do that, people will clap for you. No. As leaders, it's that you are selling out the Jerusalem of the generation, or you are marrying it. We must be on the path of promoting the state for developers to come in. Alright? So we wrote letters. A road by the federal government, right? It was the bridge was dilapidated. Yeah, I think that bridge links Imelengi to. We wrote a letter to the federal government. The Minister of Federal Government responded to my office. And in that letter they said it Ajib that because it was, I think it was the past that bridge. In that letter they copied Ajib and Shell. For that, Minister of Federal Republic of Nigeria. We copied the letter. I did a cover note to the state government. So, see when we bringing intellectual struggle, right? Because it's our state. This is the Jerusalem of a nation. We are not here to. The Joint Council is to partner with the state government. The areas we are going to protest against federal government, it is the state government that, unknown to people, sorry to say this online, that's one of the things, we give it the internal backing. So when we go out to protest to get our results, they are doing those contacts. Sorry to say this, not supposed to come to the phone. So some of the things we did, we must not come to the street to protest. For instance, council can go to visit the board leader of the place, get proper briefing. What is going on? Our people are suffering. It's our state. We are ready to mobilize support for our states. But what are the areas we are lacking? Let us get the needed information to address our people. Once that is done, the leadership of council can even pay a visit to the governor. From what I know, the governor is an open person. He operates open door policy. We are in the leadership of it. This is a joint council. He was a member of the first organizing secretary of the Joint National Congress. The leadership can go and pay the leadership of the government a visit. Write a letter to them or the commissioner of power to get the needed information. If you are not satisfied, then address to the people. Now, this is what we have done.
Now, the discourse is like...
It mustn't be a protest. My point is, there are ways you present your... But I'm always of the view that rather than protesting, if we protest as a joint council, it's good. That's why we get the results. So if we are protesting against Vice President government, it will go far. We need development. We need to protect our own. Gas turbine, the gas turbine we are talking about, when you build a house and you wire it takes you time to go through wire. The electrician takes time to make sure it is meticulously done. I'm not speaking for the Commissioner of Power, whoever, but I believe that project is going to come upstream. The resources that have been put in there, if somebody should come and tell me that the government did that to waste because they want to embezzle money, I'm not sure any government will want to do that. What I've seen there, I've been there, I have pictures, I've gone there to see things for myself. I've engaged all these criminal officers. Are you understanding me? What I have seen on the ground, I'm not sure any visionary leader will want to expend some billions of naira then because we want to waste all those things there. On a normal, I don't think it is sensible for us to think that way. So I think it's just time, because by what I know, some of the polls, if you look around, some of the polls to connect to other communities have not even been done. You know? So if we are looking at all those things, I think there are some technical issues that are still ongoing. To power something today, if tomorrow somebody's house is engulfed with fire, it is still me that will shout to say, they don't go do fake light for us, now somebody don't go and die. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I will appeal that our people should be patient with the gas turbine. At the appropriate time, it will come upstream. And I think it's always there. It's always there. So to me, to my people, it's an electrical work and it is gas. Generating gas for gas to give you light. I don't think it's a child's play. What do I mean? It's not by getting the gas. I believe the government must have concluded the partnership with the gas suppliers. But I think the technical part is very important. It's very, very important. So I don't know what is going on. I have seen what is on ground. The work is 100% complete. I believe the underneath is the technical part. And some of the technical parts might be our family, our daytime reach them. But don't want lights. Even there are some people that don't want light naturally, so they will be progressing. So we just, by people should just be patient. I'm just appealing on behalf of from me to them. Let us unanimously appeal and pray that it's going to limelight. It's already done. I have seen it. Okay. What is there is I don't think they want to do it to waste resources.
The question had asked you around agitation and the state government intellectual agitation or protest or whatever. When you engage the state government, when the IOIC does engage the government and the state government is adamant to do what they ought to do, do you not think at that point that they ought to maybe do the protest as a way? I mean, they've tried to have much more civil ways of engagement. Maybe it's time to now do the civil protest now, to force the state government's hand. Do you not think that that's proper at that point? Or you think that no condition whatsoever, no circumstance whatsoever, in no case whatsoever should IOIC leaders lead a protest against the state government because it will go far?
Now, it depends on the area. What area do you want the council to lead protest against the state government for?
As a people, have we achieved all we want to achieve from the state government?
Vice state government cannot give us all we want to achieve.
No.
So, in what area in specifics do you want to protest against the Vice state government?
Cholera is a thing in Bayelsa, largely because we do not have potable drinking water.
All right.
Several persons die from cholera because of that.
Okay.
There are roads without. He's trying, yeah, but there are roads that also cause.
No, let's not even talk about roads. From what I have seen, okay, you know what I can say? 4-5 years ago, while I was in office, I can beat my chest. I granted the press briefing. For the purpose of that, I called on the Bayelsa State government. I said, Your Excellency, sir, I repeat, please, I am aware that you have been advised to construct stadium 5 years ago. Please, 5 years ago, I think 5. Please, as we speak now, the state does not need stadium. Invest that resources into construction.
5 years ago, the state governor was advised to construct stadium.
Yes, 5
you got that memo. You knew then?
Yes, 5-6 years ago.
The stadium that they are currently
5-6 years ago. So I said, please, sir, what Bayelsa need now is roads, and more roads. I made that press briefing. I called on the state government today. I think the stadium was just constructed. The foundation was not done last year. Today, look at the number of roads we have had. That's because the government listens.
Yeah, if it listens, really.
The government
listens to especially the need of the people.
That's what we are saying.
Also now discuss. I'm bringing other areas that this person will think is priority. In Yanagua, there is a housing deficit. And many persons have already called on the government to bring about low-cost housing and all of those things. But, I mean, we see a government who's rather interested in stadium. One is in Mogini, a big stadium. Another one is in Kolokumo Pukuma. To what end? The mini stadium. Who does?
You will agree with me that the government of Senator Joe has priority and love for sports. Okay? There are some government that when you look at their modus of operandi, they pay attention to where they have flair for. He loves sports. And he wants to touch the lives of younger ones with sports. That's why he's deliberately investing so much in sports. And we will not take it away from him. Now let me tell you something that happened. Over the weekend, while I was in office, I have had 4 consecutive football tournaments in my place. 4. Ukuruma Tereke. 4 consecutive times. And each of the team goes on with 500,000, the winner. Then the last tournament, the last one, the 4th time was 700,000. That team, that my clan just came to win the Governor's Cup tournament in December. That my clan. Something we started division few years ago as something. They came to win 30 million naira. 30 million. So
congratulations, sir.
Thank you. So that is to tell you how far he loves sports. How far he wants to touch the lives of Bayelsans through sport. That is what he has flair for. Few years fast forward, now he has started the construction of the stadium. Because it is time, I believe, that the state needs a stadium at that. Now he's doing it. It needs approach for that. Now, the area of protesting for water, it's what everybody needs, especially the Yanagwa metropolis. To me, from the last year before the foundation laying of the story, I think there are some of the things they mentioned in the budget for this year and the next year that haven't achieved the water. Haven't achieved the gas turbine. It's the gas turbine that is going to fuel the water reticulation. So it's a process. I heard them saying that in one of these broadcasts. So that is coming, that is already on the pipeline. It's just patient. Power comes with a lot of things. Power services a lot of things. Just as the name power, it powers our lives, our immune system. Our immune system is powered by light. So once the power comes upstream, I think the state government will go back to the drawing board. We now have power, the engine to facilitate the water to run within the Yanagwa metropolis. I am pretty sure they are on the drawing board for that, because I heard they made mention of it. After gas turbine, we are going to look at water for the Yanagwa metropolis. So I'm not the spokesman for His Excellency, but as somebody that loves a job mission and somebody that wants to mobilize to protect and speak for a job people, I'm only of the view that fine, nothing is wrong. Wherein the government is not doing well, nothing is wrong to call the attention of the government to it, either by protest, either by writing, but it has to be done coordinatively. You know, like I said, I led the protest for when an Johnson was killed. I led the protest. That is legitimate. That is genuine. And the state government called us for a roundtable meeting. You know, and I think from that, the family and the government, I don't know what must have happened, but the result was gotten. The attention of the government was drawn. Are you understanding me? So legitimately, it is done. It is doable. It is doable. It has to be very, very coordinated. So we don't hijack the process. It's a means of expressing your views to the state government. But as leaders, there is a lot we have seen. The people want to see that the Joint Youth Council is not here to antagonize, it's here to in partnership with government. Call the attention of the government. As chairman, you can do it. Especially when you have a listening government. When they've got all the parastatals are there. Okay? Do you know, sometimes we engage oil companies and we find loopholes for employment. Because we're in partnership with government, we go to the commissioner for employment. I have this place. We give them the information. Are you understanding me? Sometimes we do directly. Are you understanding me? Sometimes we seek recommendations from them, use those recommendations attached to our own, and we move and we get the needed results we want. So it's partnership. We can only agitate openly to the federal government because our resources are there. It is by our agitation bias as the government was created. So we have to protect our own. But because we need more, we have to agitate to the federal government and the IOCs.
Okay. You're going to the national IYC and you're seeking the position of National Secretary General of the IYC. What's the, I mean, you've talked a lot about some of the things you want to do, but let's have you expand on the areas you'd like to touch on that you think, well, we're lagging and you probably would like to fill this gap.
Okay, I think that now why IYC Secretary General worldwide? I think that we have not done enough for Ijaw people. I think that there is still much more to do for Ijaw people. Okay, as chairman, we have the requisite experience, and it's time to, like you said, and like I usually say, expand the scope of service to the national level. You know, it is time to have a council that is cohesive. We have been here. We have managed elections. We revived transitions, and there was no bloodshed. No money and killing, no fighting, everything was peaceful, no bloodshed. If we can do that, that means we can do it at the national level. The Joint Youth Council today is the umbrella and the mouthpiece of the Ijaw people. Once the Joint Youth Council fails, we have failed the Ijaw people. Therefore, there is no Joint Youth Council without the Ijaw nation. There are issues of a pipeline, this surveillance, that it is the Joint Youth Council to bridge that gap. Engage those leaders. If the Joint Council is working together, we have to do away with the leadership or parallel leadership. We have done it here. So it is time to form council that is cohesive, council that is united to serve each people. Okay? So these things happen because from what I have seen over time, there is no proper documentation. So we are trying to bring council that documents are kept. We go for conventions and congresses. Those decisions taken there should be properly documented. So as chairman, we are bringing that experience to bear. So if we come on board, we are trying to see that first, we unite the Joint Council, because it is the bridge between you people and us. So if we fail, if we have we have to do away with parallel leadership. So we are trying to bring a united council. We have done it here and we want to do it again. We want to reposition council. How do we reposition council? We want to have a secretariat that is documented. We want to have a digital secretariat where every document of Ijaw's and daughters will be there. While I was office, we tried to get a bank of unemployed youths in Bayelsa State, the Central Zone. So we are, at that national level, we want to implement it. And we can do it. Okay? We want to implement
data of all unemployed
youths in Joland. It's open website. If you are unemployed, just log in, put in your data there. That's the reason why we are here. That is the revolving of that agitation we are talking about. With the pressure you have as the Joint Council, when all those data are collected, they are there. Don't go and look for people to employ on the street. Don't tell us to say our people don't go to school, they don't have the skill. We want to have unemployed and entrepreneurial bank. Where is the bank? It's not money bank. We want to have the details of youth that are skilled, yes, that are skilled, unemployed, academic, all of academic documents are there. Your handwork, what you do, or what you intend to do. Some of these oil companies will come and tell us that we don't train. It's a lie. They train and untrain, and while training, they are paying them. So when we have those data and we are engaging you, we are not coming to engage you because we want you to give up money to go and drink tea. We are coming to engage you because we have the documents, the resumes of our youths. So if we are engaging you, what are the areas you want employment? okay, employ this person, he has BSA in electrical engineering, employ him. While he's employed, you are training him. You are training him. Okay? Now, we are going to, as secretary, I'm going to work very closely with my president and the legal advisor. How do we reclaim? We want to reclaim. We are coming with 5 arrows. Repositioning, rebrand, rebuild, reclaim, and restructure. What are we coming to do? How do we reclaim? We have done it here before. For appointed special advisor on legal matters. Now the national have a legal office of the legal advisor. National legal. Now, as secretary, with my experience, I'm going to talk to the president of council to see that I lead the environmental climate desk. What are we going to do? We are going to use we are going to rejuvenate the legal advisor office of the joint council has been dormant. So with the experience that we are bringing on board, we want to rejuvenate that office. In what we will use that office to do? What are we going to do? As the secretary, I am going to lead that climate desk. Okay? With the experience as an environmental management officer. Now, some of these IOCs, there are cases of oil spill. Oil spill. Some cases have even run by our communities. Compensations have not been paid, alright? So the legal officer will take up those cases. Get us court injunction. Get the necessary documents from court. Those are the things that are going to inform us to come and protest. Okay? In the case of unemployment, in case of unnecessary redundant or unnecessary loan for our boss and guests in either the work, the office of the legal advisor needs to take legal court injunctions. Get us those facts. Take those places to court. Those are the things that are going to inform us now to protest. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then, since the world is revolving, the pressure we have to follow them with intellect. So we are going to get those court injunctions that will inform us to come and protest. Why did you suck our boys? Why did you relieve them of their duties? What is going on here? Before we even talk, return them back. If you are laying them off, your brother and sister that are working that are from this so and so place that are not from the journal should be removed. Our boys should be retained before we come to the table of discussion. Why are we here? We are here to protest. Who gave you the right court injunction? We have this, we have that. Those are the documents that will inform us to protest legitimately. The world is already we have the capacity and the force to do it. Not so. So we now need the legal backing to do what we want to do. So we are bringing experience. How do we rebrand? How do we rebuild? We have to build trust. As chairman of the Joint Council, there has been incessant herdsmen attack to our farmland here and there. We did it here. Are you understanding me? We set up enforcement thing. When this issue started, my leadership moved around, engaged the Hausa and the herdsmen in Bayelsa State in the John and Adama zone. We took them to the commissioner of police, signed an undertaking with them. If any farmer is named under this leadership, we are coming out for you. The documents are there. You understand me? That haven't briefed the state government. That informed now the state government to set up Bayelsa State Livestock Management Committee. So when we are talking, it's results. We bring results. We don't talk. We deliver on the assignment. We quietly get the results. And that informed Bayelsa State government wrote to the Bayelsa Assembly to constitute the Bayelsa State Livestock Management Committee. And I was appointed as a member, and that member was the chairman enforcement team. That necessitated me to now set up an open anti-grazing law across the Bayelsa State, and especially in the area, the upland areas, Inodu, Sabana, Ikrimo, part of Ikrimo, and Obia town. We used the entire youth presence of those communities, brought them to Joa.
No, is that committee now defunct? Is it no longer functional?
Go to the Ministry of Agriculture and find out.
Why I ask that? Because, I mean, as a former chairman of IYC Central, so you probably would know better than myself. There are several, like I mentioned, incessant attacks on farmers who are Jaws. If that committee were in place, do you think that we'll be having these attacks?
Now, see where we used to get it wrong. While waiting for government, the responsibility of each president, they are leaders. See, this is chairman, they are leaders. Their responsibility is not to sit at home, sell land, collect development fee, and do all sorts of things. No. While in office, we woke them up from sleep. Bought gadgets, bought walkie-talkie, bought phones, bought materials for them. brought them to the house, inaugurated them. Take responsibility of your farmlands. You are a German. First is to protect your territory. You can't wait for a joint council. A joint council is the name. It covers you. We are only voted to be in office for 3 years to serve you. And how do we serve you? Is the information you give to us. You are part and parcel of a joint youth council. That's why the youth is there. As leadership, we are just here for 3 years to serve you. Right. So now, every youth present as citizen chairman should take responsibility of their farmlands.
Sorry, let me get you clear.
Once it happens, once you see them, apprehend them, hold them, and call us.
Youth presidents and citizen chairman should engage.
Engage. Yes.
Headers who have, in most cases, guns.
We understand. As a job boys, they know what to do.
You want to scale that?
No, no.
How do they know how to
as
do
a job boys, they know what to do.
Spiritual thing you are there.
No, they are hearing me. It's life. This is life, right?
We recorded it.
As a job boys, they know what to do. They should wake up from Aslobra. They know what to do. The leadership of the joint council will only give you the needed support. What is the support? They are there. As leaders, when we hear, when we get the information, we move. Because we know their route. While in office, we know their route. We know how they move. We took time meticulously to move at night, trace them, know where they come in, know where they go out. You know. So we use that information to feed the great presidents, so as to equip them with needed information. Once you see them, tell us we know how to move. So they should wake up. If they apprehend them, call state government, call the Akbo. The Akbo is attached to that committee. Not today we have community safety corps.
Do you know there seems to be some sort of concern? Many persons say these headers are most times apprehended, but the prosecution does not quite get to the conclusion of it where they are put behind bars. It be like say with the fear to put them behind bars. We have people in places of authority and we fear to put them behind bars, so we don't cause some sort of tribal war with exactly the.
Yeah, that is why that is the essence of the Bayelsa State Livestock Management Committee. There are truckers. The truckers are the people that come into Bayelsa State with their cows and truck. They come to do business. Okay. There are trekkers. Those are the Fulani herdsmen. They move through the forest. They swim across the river. They access our lands. So those are the trekkers, those are the herdsmen, those are the Fulani herdsmen that should be looked out for. Alright? So once that is done, there are appropriate steps to take. Our brothers should look up. The job boys, they know what to do. They know what to do.
Alrighty. It's been a very, very lengthy discourse already. But I think we'll just anchor at this point, so to overstretch it. Hopefully we have you come again to talk to us about these issues and more even. Way before the elections or after the elections when you are there as Secretary General. But let's just have you talk to your people, the Ijos, the Ijoit. Talk to them the reason why they should support you or vote you, bring you in as Secretary General of the IYC Worldwide.
Okay, of course, like you know, I am Clever Inodu, former chairman of the Joint Council, Central Zone, and chairman of all chairman 2020-2023. I am contesting to serve you as Secretary General of the Joint Council Worldwide. And my team is Ijo Unite. Our Ijo is our future. Our Ijo is our future. There is no Joint Council without Ijo. Okay? On that note, I am appealing to your conscience, dear incoming delegates and stakeholders. If you want a joint council that will serve you to your satisfaction, please give me the secretariat. If you want a joint council that is cohesive and united to serve you, please give me the secretariat. If you want a joint council that is fierce, that is ready to address the issues head on, please give me the secretariat. Don't forget, it is a national election. The national leadership is not where we go and learn service. The national leadership of council is where we go and walk the talk. It's where we deliver on the responsibility. Please vote for experience. Vote for character and competence. When you vote for people to go and learn service, know that you have voted for donors. It is time to vote for capacity. Now, delegates, the election and the point we are in a very pivotal situation. What do I mean? The Nigerian government is going into another round of election. We have to vote for characters with people that will question the presidential aspirants, what they are bringing for Ijaw people. Are they bringing division? Are they bringing divide and rule to Ijaw people? No. So we need Ijaw Youth Council leaders that will look into the eyes of the federation to ask them what is the development they are bringing to the federation. Over 16 years down below, East-West Road has not still been completed. Is that what we want? Pipeline security and surveillance job, is that all we need? We need a fierce Ijaw Youth Council that will talk to the federation to give our sons and daughters OML licenses. We have the capacity, we have sons to do those jobs. We need a safe and a well-developed Ijaw land. Therefore, dear incoming delegates, if you vote for the wrong candidates, please be patient enough to be patient in pain for the next 3 years. If you vote for the wrong candidates, please swallow your tears in pain as you are going to have another dormant council again. The President Jonathan, the President-led leadership has done well. It is time to raise the bar. The council, the Ijaw Youth Council flag must fly above God. Therefore, I offer myself to you for service. Vote me as your next Secretary General of Ijaw Youth Council so we can build and reposition Ijaw Youth Council to serve you better. So we can rebrand the Ijaw Youth Council to serve you better. So we can reclaim our rights to give back the Ijaw Youth Council to the people. Thank you and God bless you.
Alright, thank you so much. I did not veer into the crisis that we have in the IRIC, but I think we're just going to leave that. So maybe next time we'll do it.
I'm always there.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Clever Osuma Inodu, former chairman of IRIC. And one time this, one time that.
Thank you. God bless you.
Alright, my name is Ahamuefula. I've been chatting with Naija Live TV. We'll do this some other time. Thank you.
No.